Hey everybody, it's Respiratory Flux, call me Flux for short, or whatever you want to call me. And in the last episode, we got chased by spiders. Yeah, I'd rather not talk about that. And in this episode, we're going to die a lot. Level 5k, Blast and Bounce. This is not one of the levels I considered the bane of my existence. But it's about as close to it as you're going to get. I feel like this level is probably, in my opinion, the most difficult level, well, one of the most difficult levels in the main part of this game. Well, technically not the main part of the game because it's a bonus level in a sense, but it's I also say that it's the hardest not because there aren't other levels that are more there are other levels I would consider more difficult, but I would consider this to be the hardest level in terms of genuine difficulty. I think the other levels that I consider more difficult, like Crowded Cavern or some coming up, I feel like those, the difficulty does not feel genuine in a sense. I feel like this level, the difficulty is entirely fair, and it still is extremely hard. Not having Diddy Kong when you respawn at this level also isn't going to help, but frankly, if I'm as bad at timing the pressing with the hovering as I am, I might do better just with Donkey Kong in this LP, so yeah. In any case, as the level title suggests, the main platforming of this level is just straight up barrel cannons in difficult arrangements and bouncing on enemies and tires, as opposed to any typical platforming work. It's basically, you do not get a chance to breathe in this level, especially if you do that. I may or may not get to the boss in this level, in this world. This level might just be this episode, because I am very bad at this level. It's also possible to, at the barrels that kind of rotate quickly around like that, if you time it weirdly, you can actually kind of blast off between two directions, and the results of that are a little bit weird. Yeah, that is pretty cool though, and you get to kind of jump around in the background a bit. This part of the level, having Diddy Kong still available, really helps. Especially to get that puzzle piece, because I was bouncing about as high as I could off that, and I don't know if you can actually get that. I'm pretty sure I've gotten that without Diddy Kong before, because most of the time when I play this level, I'm pretty sure that I lose Diddy Kong before I get to that part of I die at least once before getting to that part. Yeah, see, you can do that, and sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. So, I was not looking at the screen and just kind of pressed 2 by instinct, and yeah, forgot that you have to. I'm an idiot. That should not have happened. Those last 2 deaths should not have happened, and the only reason they did is because I'm an idiot and did that. That first puzzle piece, you kind of have to roll, and I think having Diddy Kong helps for that, but I think it's technically possible to get it without him. But One thing that is fortunate is that all of the puzzle pieces in this level, to my knowledge, are pretty obvious. Really? And this is a level where... Shut up, pig. I do not want your help. This is a level where being able to time that button press to bounce off the enemy more completely is definitely... You definitely need to be able to do that, and my inability to do that so far in this playthrough does not spell very good things for me being able to do well in this level. You do, at least on the tires, get the opportunity to bounce a little bit to kind of make sure you have everything good, but that doesn't necessarily help when... That doesn't necessarily help when you have only one hit point. Okay. You can jump through there if you time it well. Okay. This is nerve-wracking, but I think... Wow. After that section, I think it's all barrel cannons from there to the end. Which isn't necessarily good, but isn't necessarily bad either. I think I tend to be better at the barrel cannon segments of this level than the bouncing ones. But that said, they're both still really hard. Also, some of the puzzle pieces might be hitting a little better than I thought. I'm doubting my memories. So that's always a good time. But at least this section right here, you can get a puzzle, you can get an extra life for relatively little effort. Also, once you have that puzzle piece, just don't even bother trying to bounce that high. Oh, okay. Okay, that hitting the thing messed up my timing, so I didn't bounce off the tire, right? So I kind of missed the enemy I was supposed to hit. Yeah, this is kind of one of those levels where if you mess up slightly, it really messes you up for a lot more than just what you did wrong. Even in the bouncing segments, which feel more like straight up platforming, this level is a one mistake and you are pretty much dead level. And I think that in a sense is why I find it so hard. It's not that the mistakes aren't easy enough to prevent, it's just that the stress from not having any leeway to make those mistakes, even with 2 hits, it kind of messes you up a little bit mentally. But yeah, just okay. Once you get to here, you can take it a little more slowly, but even then, one mistake will still do that. Yeah, see, I land. If you land on that spike, it looks like okay, you just get hit, but you also fall through the spike once you do get hit, so you die. It's kind of dumb. It's basically just it basically just adds injury to injury. That is not the phrase usually used, but also blasting out of those things at even the slightly wrong time can do more than just damage you because the spikes can affect your momentum when you blast out of the barrel. So, or pause you in midair long enough that you miss the... Okay. I think you can all see why this level is not one that I was looking forward to playing. This episode is probably going to have a lot of speed-ups in it, and editing that is going to be a nightmare, I can already tell. But I've just got to keep going on, and maybe if I actually kind of make some progress and get through this level before too much longer, I can actually afford to do the boss of this world in this video as well, but not if I keep going at this pace. I should probably stop focusing on just how much more I can do in this video and just kind of play rather than trying to focus on what I'm doing for my videos. Also, I feel like it's interesting how there are the 2 different types of barrel cannon things in that section of the level. The one where you're in the middle of the small rotating spikes that are revolving around you, and the one where you're kind of shifting around the big one, but aren't in the middle of the circle. Wow. I'm bad at phrasing things because that was a very weird way of saying that. I should just play the level, honestly, because I feel like me trying to think of things to say is making it a lot harder to play the level. And that's kind of the problem with Let's Playing anything, is that you're multitasking, in a sense. But talking while you're doing other things is not necessarily considered multitasking to the same extent that other things are. Even if mentally, it can still feel like you're multitasking and take away your focus from either talking in a comprehensible way, or talking... Wait, I already said talking. See, kind of what I'm saying is, okay, really? Or from playing the game well. So, yeah, I have very mixed feelings about this level. Not sure how I did that, but I'm not going to complain, but on a conceptual level, I like this level. I like what it tries to do, and it does things in a way that never feels totally unfair. But at the same time, it's still extremely precise, and I never have fun playing it, so I don't like the level in that sense. And I guess to some extent, that's just me not liking that it's difficult, so sure, if you are really good at this game and really can get through this level every time without dying, and think I'm just being... Oh, okay. If you're really that good at this level, then wow, that's great, but I still don't think it's very well made in that sense, because, yeah, no, it's like, I get what it tries to do, I just wish it were not so punishing. There's a difference between difficulty and being punishing, and I feel like this level, more so than some of the other K levels, kind of goes above and beyond in that respect, and not in a good way. And this game is known for being hard. I'm not going to say that I expect every level in this game to be super easy. I just feel like there are very few other levels that are as hard as this one is in this game or in a lot of others. I won't say any other because I'm sure there are plenty. There are probably more games out there with harder levels than this than games I've played ever, so. But I just feel like it's kind of making me lose my will to try to keep saying things because I just want to focus on this level so I can be done playing it. I just want to get to the end of this level. And see, when your mistake is just that you press the button with a slightly bad timing, and it makes you go back all the way to the beginning of the level, that is, I feel like, that's when you go from difficulty to... And also, it's not necessarily fake difficulty. Like, this level, definitely the difficulty is genuine. But I feel like, to some extent, having such a harsh... Like, dying in this game is usually pretty lenient. Okay, finally, getting to this part of the level, which is more barrel cannons and more timing. Kinda gotta... The timing on this is generally set up so that it's not too difficult to manage. Okay, so there is more bouncing. Just a little bit. Okay, this part... If you blast from the top of... Really? You have to blast from the very top where you hit that spike, but if you blast from the top, you go over and get that puzzle piece, which is your cue that you can actually land in a barrel cannon from doing that as well. But I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about for just, like, the early parts of this level that I've already done 100 times, even... Well, okay, not 100 times, but I've done, like, a good half of this level at least 20 times in this video, and parts earlier than halfway, even more times than that because I keep dying, but... So, it's kind of wearing thin is the problem. Like, games that... Really? Persistence and perseverance is one thing, but I am just playing the same thing over and over again, and I don't really have anything to talk about, so I don't really have fun playing it when it comes to playing for Let's Play. And in my own time, it starts to get boring, even without having to talk and say interesting things the whole time. Like, this one level is taking up a really long time to play, and I just have other things I want to do, other than record and edit this video to have it go up tomorrow. So... Yeah, it's not that I dislike playing this game or even dislike this level. Okay. That one was all on me. Okay. I think this vertical drop is at least a part of the level that is not that bad. Timing that particular one is a little bit weird, but when you have the two spikes, blast when one goes just above your barrel, and you should be timed well to avoid the other one as well. Okay, again, I was very much at the top of that, but it was just slightly too low to clear that spike. And I know that's how you get that puzzle piece. I've done it before. And you don't get any other barrels that can blast you to that point later on, if you go the normal way. So, yeah, it's just... I don't have anything to talk about for this part of the level, so I might just start going silent until I get to the vertical drop section and just kind of cut back in there every time. When I actually have stuff I can talk about at the level design and what I'm doing, because I've pretty much said all I can about the first half of this level. Okay, see, other than that one little mistake right at the end, I did that part of that pretty perfectly. That's the only part of this little tower vertical drop section that's actually pretty nerve-wracking is that one thing. But again, I have one hit, so... Okay, see there I cleared it. I don't really know what I was... okay. That is just kind of threading the needle. Nope, those barrels kind of slide really fast. So that makes that a little different. Okay, again, I messed up at the very end there, but it's a little differently. See, when I'm not talking, I can actually do that first half okay. Okay, there I timed that badly. That's an example of how you don't time that particular blast, but again, that's the only one of those that's really that difficult to time. Oh, I was kind of so lost in thought that I forgot I was recording for a second there. So I forgot to come back in where I was planning to, but oh well. I think you've seen that section is enough that I can get away with that, but okay, this is where the lower path leads. Can I actually... Okay, that's a little bit of a narrow path. Oh yeah, this section at the end. It is... This is not as hard as it looks, but it's just kind of... It just kind of keeps going, but you have all the time to time it so that it lines up pretty well. And the cycles are fixed so that it's... I hate everything and everyone. I have been playing for half an hour now. And I still have to go back and play that level to get that last puzzle piece because I don't know where I missed it. Squawks. But I am not going to have anything I really need to say about that level again, so... Yeah. Squawks, you tell me where it is. I'll start talking again when I know. Huh? Oh, there is absolutely no hint that that's there. That is, well, again, I doubted myself when I said that all the puzzle pieces were really obvious in this level. So, well, I will see you at the end of the level whenever I get to the end again, because I'm pretty sure I can't just quit out and keep that puzzle piece. Aye. Okay. That took me 8 minutes. Well, 7 minutes. Something like that. It took me half an hour to beat the level one time, and another 7 minutes to beat it again. I don't mind making you repeat things to learn them and to get to the point where you can do them consistently. But at the same time, even when I come out at the end with a sense of accomplishment, I still feel like I wasted a lot of time doing it. Next time on Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns, we'll have a little bit more actual progress than this time. See you guys then.